And we are live. Welcome to the Styled and Dialed Show. Let me get that music turned down a little bit. All right, we are fired up, ready to go. I don't know about you guys, but I'm super pumped to be here tonight. And more than anything, I'm super pumped about my special guest tonight, Mr. Jacob. We're going to be talking about Bain Blends tonight. And so we've got some people in the chat tonight. Before I bring Jacob on, I'm going to do like I like to do all the time and get some shout outs in the crowd tonight. How about we do that? So we've got Bearded Chief in the place tonight. Let's go. Let me turn that mic down a bit. Let's go. IEB Reacts, what's up? Good to see you, Isaac. Frankie Jake in the house. Frankie J in the house. Let's see here. Oh, we got Dan in the house. Dan the man from Bearded Death. Always good seeing you, brother. Always good talking to you. That's my homeboy. Amen. Awesome. Ready to go. Did I just say amen? Wow, I must be just coming from another chat. Oh, that's so funny. All right, so here we go. So listen, I'm gonna bring Jacob in the chat, and I'm gonna ask him some questions. He asked me. He said, "So I'm kind of nervous about the chat tonight. What exactly are you going to ask me?" And I said, "I'm going to ask you some hard questions because that's what I do on the Style and Dial Show. We're going to ask the hard questions, the questions that nobody else is asking. You know what I'm talking about? Those crazy questions." You guys ever feel like you got a frog in your throat when you're going live? You know, it never happens until you go live. So I got the old handy dandy tonight, big old air muffed headphones on. You know, I usually have in-ears. So tonight I've got the big ones on, guys. So I'm going to bring Jacob on without any further ado. It's good seeing you all. So make sure you guys hit the like button as you're coming in. Let's get those likes up tonight. Let's get some attention to Bain Blends. So what's going on, Mr. Jacob Bain Blends?
Not a whole lot. Can you hear me?
Oh man, I hear you. I hear you, brother.
I had to get the cup perfect. You know what I mean?
You had to get it all set up, right?
I had to get it all set up. You know, I got to make sure my wife looks good.
Yeah, I need to get a cut from her. I have a daughter that is obsessed with what do you call those, Stanley cups? And
right.
So I think she would really like one of those cups. Heck, I probably wouldn't even mind buying one of those myself with maybe BHT on it or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, she makes great cups, man. She makes great cups. I gotta switch screens. I'm all sorts of discombobulated today. Listen, I'm just going to go ahead and tell you a funny story that happened just before we got on this call. I have an influencer that is interested in working with me. She's got a really pretty extensive following, and she messages me right before I'm literally getting ready to click on it, and she goes, "I just got your package in the mail." I'm like, "No, you didn't."
You're like, "I didn't send you nothing.
I didn't send you anything yet." So yeah, I had to dig real quick and try to figure out if she had accidentally gotten something I was supposed to send to somebody else. And then she's like, "Oh no, it's from another person." I'm like, "Well, thank the good Lord, because I'd have to try to figure that one out real fast."
That's funny.
Yeah. So
awesome. Well, it's good to see you, Luis, in the chat tonight. So, man, it's crazy because I'll be fine until I start speaking. And when I start speaking, I still get frogs in my throat. And, you know, I think it may be a nervous tick. I really am starting to feel this way.
It's probably
so,
It's probably a nervous tick.
I'm so nervous to talk to you, Jacob. I've been so nervous all day,
you know,
all week. By the way, let me know, guys, in the chat. Y'all like these? Now, I'm not saying my breath stinks, but I like the flavor of these and these things. I'll put 3 of them in my mouth. It's funny. I'll be somewhere. I'll put 3 in my mouth and just let them just slowly just dissolve. They taste pretty good. So I've got some questions for you tonight, and I'm super pumped to ask them. And so I'm hoping that maybe they're questions that have not been asked, because I know you were on the Bearded Respect, and there's questions that's always asked over there. And by the way, I want
Or
to say
any
tonight,
questions, by the way.
I want to say, Johnny, good to see you tonight. Always good to see Johnny Bones in the place. And we got Antonio. Always good to see you, Antonio. What's happening, bro? What's up, brothers? So I have a list of tailored questions that I specifically made for you.
All right. Hit me,
And
man. Hit me.
and I'm telling you, everybody in the chat's going to know because I've never asked these questions to anybody else. So tonight you're hearing it for the first time. So make sure if you're coming in the chat, do me a favor, do Jacob a favor, and hit the like button because it will share this out in the algorithm and it will get more people in here and more exposure to Bain Blends. And that's what we want. That's the whole mission of these shows is to, I don't bring people on the show that have sucky products. I'm just telling you right now, I don't bring just random, just crazy people on the show. I do a little bit of vetting. I do some research. And so I'm a, you know, a student of learning. I always try to do my best, but, so I have some questions for you tonight. And the first one is just a general icebreaker. I want to kind of just make it an icebreaker starting out. Can you introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about what you do? Now, most people know who you are, but some people will come in and may not know what is Bain Blends.
Yeah. Brief synopsis. I got to make this other cup look good too, because, you know, it's all about the wife. You know what I mean?
Sure.
She's, you know, just as much a part of this as I am. Well, I mean, and that is the icebreaker, right? I mean, the company was started after a couple of years of research into some products, natural products that could help my wife and my daughter with some issues that was going on with their hands with eczema. And through the process of trying to figure what I could make that was naturally available, we started developing a really good beard and skin oil product that went sort of along with this salve that that I helped develop for them. And, you know, to be fair, I think most of us know that the research is out there and available for anybody to do. It's just a matter of setting yourself up to actually do that research. And
Sure.
that's all this was. It was a need that was met. And after a couple of years of development and a whole bunch of leftover oil, my wife and I sat down and we said, should we just start a company? You know, this is after lots of conversations and lots of trial and error. Men at my church were like trying the beard oil. I bothered a lot of people with, hey, does this smell good? Hey, does this smell good? I mean, that was my life for a year. And September of 2023, we formed the company. And within 6-7 months, I had my products in a store called Detweiler's locally. And that has expanded to other stores. I met a couple of apothecaries, one in Claremont and one in Georgia. And, you know, my hope is to be able to spread some of these, you know, natural products out that would maybe help lessen the torment of some of these skin conditions, and would, you know, give somebody hope that there is an all natural solution outside of steroids or, you know, injections or something like that. Because that's a lot of what the mainstream treatment is for those conditions. But after that, just discovering what the beard oil was and how I liked it, and then starting to meet people in the community that really helped push me in the next direction. So, but yeah, I stand on the shoulders of many people who have elevated me to where I am right now. And it's just awesome people in this industry. Awesome people.
Absolutely. I agree with you. We got a great community of people. The bearded community is amazing people.
It is.
Shout out to bearded Boston guy, Preston. What's up, buddy? Good to see you, man. Always good seeing you. I'm believing you, you're the Preston that I know, right? That texts me and emails me. I got a guy, his name's Preston, and we've been talking, but I'm not sure if that's your stage name. Could be. Could be. My memory's bad sometimes.
And I'm sorry, I haven't been saying hi to people who have been saying hi to me. I'll make sure I do better with that.
So, okay. So very cool. Now here's another question for you. What is something about you that most people do not know?
Nobody knows I was in the Marine Corps at all.
I knew that.
Nobody knows. No, I'm just kidding. There's actually not a whole lot people don't know about me. All the exciting stuff has been talked about, the Marine Corps stuff. I love to shoot. Love to smoke cigars with some guys from a cigar group locally. And love my church family. And I just, I'm not overly greedy, so I tend to give away more product than I sell at some points, and
Sure.
that's okay. So I'm a real boring person, Chad. I love the Tampa Bay Lightning. And they're playing.
Oh,
they
man,
started their playoff
boring.
series tonight
Just
against
kidding.
the Florida Panthers.
So Bearded Boston, Preston, he's in Boston. He's got an order coming from Bain Blends Friday. Super excited. So
Yep.
Preston did order some stuff from you. We talked.
Yeah.
And okay, awesome. Very cool. So not a whole lot of stuff that most people don't know about you. That kind of sucks. Come on, guys. We're trying to make this fun here. No, I'm playing, man. What's one word your friends would use to describe you?
Not quiet. That's 2 words, but I have the ability to be a little loud. So let's say loud.
Would you say extrovert?
Pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah.
Extrovert. But I will say over the years that's been tempered by age. And I used to have foot and mouth disease, like every thought that comes into my head comes out of my mouth. And it's now like 99 thoughts don't get said and one does. So.
And it's usually the worst one. Dang it.
Why did that work, Chad? I've gotten way better.
That's funny. Shout out to True North tonight. Thanks for stopping by, listening podcast style. Okay, well, let's take them a little bit harder. All right, let's kind of tighten it up here, guys. How about we do this? What inspired you to get started in your field? I know you mentioned you were sharing some beard stuff, people at your church and stuff, and your wife said, let's go into business. But was there any other thing that was inspiring to you along your journey?
Legacy.
You want to build a legacy?
I wanted to build a legacy for my kids.
Very cool.
And, at first it was the thought of adding it, making the company related to my name was not on the foremost thought that I had. But it was there, and I had thought about making it Bain something. I wasn't sure, Bain's Beard Company or whatever, but this wasn't, as Dan from Bearded Death has stated several times, he's a merchandise company that makes beard oil. I was not just solely in the beard oil business. I was doing this for other purposes. So, yeah, Bain Blends came out of that. So, what's up, Chris? Bain Blends came out of that, and it was not my first choice, but as I stated to the Bearded Respect, my wife's crazy friend Lisa just said you should just call it Bain Blends and own it. And I said, you know what, I will, but ultimately this was just about creating something that my kids might get excited about later on.
Sure.
So, that was it. And I think my 2 youngest children are kind of the most excited about it, overall. My youngest one will, get dressed up and wear a coat and wear a cowboy hat and walk around Costco with business cards and hand business cards out to nice. any of the gentlemen that have a beard. So yeah, he's amazing. But my older 2 kids are great. They help out if I need something. My daughter's staring, giving me the death glare right now.
That's funny.
If my daughter and my oldest son are needed to pull some duty and make a bunch of product, they're Johnny on the spot and they help. So
that's awesome.
They're great. They're great. They're great kids.
Very cool.
Yep.
How many kids do you have?
4. My oldest turned 17 My daughter just turned 14. My second youngest is about to turn 10, and my 8-year-old just turned 8 in December. But my 9-year-old and my 16-year-old share a birthday. So Baker, what's going on, man? So they share a birthday, so they don't always love that, but they're in this together, I guess.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
Cool. Baker, what's happening, brother? Good to see you tonight. So, was there ever one of those moments where it was like an aha moment or moment in your journey? Like, did you ever have one of those moments where you're like, oh man, oh, found it. That's it. You guys, have you ever had one of those moments where you're like, that's it? Well, maybe it's just, with your wife, you decided. By the way, let me say, I think the Bain Blends works. I think it's a cool name. You don't see a whole lot of people that have that. Obviously, that when I think of Bane, I think of Bane and Batman,
Sure.
So really, really cool.
We thought about playing on that too, like just name it Bane.
Yeah.
But then it would always be like, well, her last name's also Bain, and I just figured it would.
Right. Too many questions and all that.
Yeah, too many questions being answered.
Absolutely. Well, I think it goes good. I think when a good name comes together, it really, really is awesome. All right. So I have another question. Did you have any mentors or people who have heavily influenced you?
Yeah. So I don't know if you know who Joey Hookham is.
I don't know if I know him.
Yeah, he was on it pretty early on. He was a pretty solid beard oil reviewer. I guess he kind of got out of the game, but when I started going to Holy Smokes in North Tampa, I had met him because I was starting to do the beard oil stuff, and he was there, and he has a big, long, beautiful beard. And we started talking, and over about a year, I would bring him, a different blend or a different methodology of doing something, and he would give me feedback, and that's sort of how all that developed on the beard side of the house. He was also pretty instrumental after I formed the company and we had started finalizing things to eventually get me in front of, I believe it was that metal guy, Steven.
Mm-hmm.
And then I believe Steven hooked me up with Dan, and Dan was great, giving me feedback, and he was willing as a beard oil company to swap some product and give me feedback on what I was making. What's up, James? Yeah, James is a killer chef, and he swapped one of his dishes for some beard stuff, man. It was
nice.
A wild trade.
Got some bartering going on there.
Oh yeah, it was good stuff. I enjoyed it. Yeah, and then Dan got me in front of some other people and some other like Chief and all them. I think he was the one that did that. So, just a good stream of people helping me make good decisions and giving me sage advice that, has eventually led me to being on the Bearded Respect and the Trace Amigos and, sitting down with you as well. Lots of great people, man. But yeah, Joey Hookham, Steven, and Dan are the first three. Awesome
That's
people.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's very, very cool, man. So do you have let's see here. Looking at my questions here. I've got one right here for you. Now this is something that a lot of people deal with in life. It's not just business, but it's in life too. But it does kind of apply to I got to take a moment and shout this woman out. This is my sugar baby mama. Not her, not him. Oh, it moved. Sorry, James. Jimmy or James, I'm so sorry. I was not trying to freak you out, but this is my hot mama, my wife, and she's coming by to show some love. Good to see you, honey.
Hello.
Tara tonight. And so we're going to talk about her later and what we have a lot in common with. All right. So, but I wanted to say, what motivates you to keep going even on tough days? Because for a fact, starting a business, especially when you're starting a beard company business, you have your ups and downs sometimes, and you have to look at it long term and play the long game. So what motivates you to keep going?
I just want to be able to be eventually financially independent. I mean, being able to instill some additional work ethic in my children. That remains to be seen if that's happened or not. My daughter just looked at me again. She, I, the motivation is just purely to establish that legacy, for them to see that I work hard and that I'm working hard for them. And that's really it. I think working is something that a lot of people take for granted now. Everybody just wants to create a YouTube channel. I'm just kidding. Everybody just wants to create to become an internet celebrity. And I don't want that. And I don't want my kids to want that.
Yeah.
What I want for them is to see that their dad works hard and that they have the option, if this works and it continues to gain some steam, that they have the ability to also potentially have pride in something that we really are building as a family. I think we poured like 50 or 60 deodorants one day, and it took us an hour or two, and the kids were all part of it. Mm-hmm. And I just hope that they appreciate that.
Absolutely.
So that's the motivation.
Do you have any ways of staying creative and innovative along the way?
Yeah, I mean, now it's just like you see an idea somewhere out in the wild, hey, that smells good. I wonder if we can recreate that. My wife just has such a killer instinct for blending scent profiles together and stuff like that. So we'll try something and I'll be like, you know what? I think we might be able to make that by doing this. So we'll pull in all those all those scent profiles, and she'll put them all together. But really just looking out in the environment, we have mulberries that are growing out in front of the house, and I love mulberries. They smell and taste so good. And now I want to find a mulberry essential oil because I want to have that. I want to put that in a beard oil,
Okay.
So just finding stuff in the wild that, we or somebody else might like.
Sure.
And really I'm not an artist. My wife actually is more of an artist than I am, but I've been noticing the tools that are becoming available for us as creators in one way, shape, or form are so impressive now. Just being able to go and plug in an idea and, you're asking for an output, right? And you get an output that kind of blows your mind. Like my man cave label, man sitting in front of a fireplace, reading a book with a long beard. I'm like, that's incredible, So, not that I'm not creative. It's just that I'm not an artist. So, but we get ideas all the time, just inspired by what's around us. And then
Right.
I thankfully have guys like you and others who are constantly giving new feedback and new ideas based on things that you like, not just things that I like.
Sure.
And there's many scents that are on the website right now that are fueled by you all, not me and my wife. And some of them have been, incredible. Some of them have been picked up and are new favorites of people, even with their limited exposure.
Right. So, that's awesome, man.
Yeah.
We're doing a great job. All right. And I'm going to talk about your guys' stuff here in just a few moments. So can we talk real quick? Are we going to do some giveaway? Are we going to do a giveaway or giveaways? What do you want to do tonight?
Yeah.
I know we talked about it, but do you want to explain what we're doing?
Yeah. So I would be more than happy to give away an oil and a matching butter.
Okay.
And if you want to do like a dice roll or something, not a dice roll, if you want to do like a number between 1 and 50 and have some people throw in a number or something to that effect, that would be awesome. It would be a 1 ounce beard oil with any matching butter with the same scent. Or if you wanted to get it unscented, totally fine with me. But I would love to do that.
Awesome. So
Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
Go
you're
ahead.
fine. Go ahead.
No, I wasn't going to add anything to that. I was just going to say I have a giveaway tool that we'll go to. I've
Okay.
actually got it programmed in there. And what it is hashtag, we're going to do a hashtag infused,
Perfect.
INFUSED, hashtag infused. And so we're going to do those hashtag infused. And then what we're going to do is we'll go over to the giveaway screen, and whoever has had that hashtag, I'm sure you've probably seen this probably before, maybe, I don't know, but it'll actually generate, and it'll go through everybody's name that has had it in the comments, and it'll randomly pick a certain person. So that
Perfect.
way people know there's no sort of, favorites being done
No
because,
tomfoolery going on.
exactly. So while we were doing that and people are doing their hashtags herbal, I was going to say herbal, infused, I want to take a moment and say, I was working today very feverishly. I was working on my garage. I mean, my garage was just a mess, just a storage, just all kinds of stuff. Couldn't get through. And so I've got people coming out to turn my sprinkler systems on and all this stuff in a few days. And it's supposed to be raining every day. So I'm like, I really need to clean this garage out. So I've been working with my kids, and then all of a sudden UPS shows up, and I'm like, now is this going to my house? It's going to my neighbor's house because he gets stuff too. And I was thinking it's probably going to our neighbor's house. Sure enough, the UPS guy comes up, hands me a box, and kind of throws it to me. And I'm glad I was the one that caught it, not my daughter, because it was heavy, and it said fragile or fragile. You know, if you like to see some of my shows, I like to talk about fragile from the Christmas story. But I had just remembered, I was thinking, what in the world? I said, why did I get an order from Bain Blends? Did he send me something? And I was thinking, what? And then it dawned on me, duh, I'm such an idiot. I bought some deodorant from you the other day because I was curious about it. And I ended up buying some of your wash because I wanted to try it. And so working really hard in the garage, dust and all that. I took a shower before my other show that I did right before this. So I went live at 6 to 7:30, turn around, and 8 to whenever we end. So really, really busy the last 2.5 hours. But I ended up getting this, which is your break
on the desk.
I'm going to break my keyboard. I've got the wash. This is 4 ounces.
Yeah.
So I wasn't sure. I love washes. I've always been like drawn to washes, and it's kind of weird because a lot of washes is just washes. There's nothing really special about washes, but I love a good wash that has a good lather. And I thought, well, Herbal Infused beard shampoo, I'd like to try it out and check it out and see. And so I got this, and I got to use it before tonight, and I liked it. It lathered really, really good. It's got a great smell to it. And it's natural. It's not even scented, but it's got like a nice herbal scent to it, if that makes sense. Just clean, and I like that. I like that, especially when I'm trying out different scents. I don't want to mix them up and stuff. But Bain Blends cleanse. I was gonna say cleans. It cleans your beard, but it's cleanse. Okay, so that. And I'm just going to go through this really quick. So, by the way, if you're in here and you want to get a free giveaway, who likes free stuff? I don't know about you guys, but I hate free stuff.
I never win.
So I hate when people win. No, I'm just kidding.
Can I also participate?
Yeah, to save some money. Yeah. So I got these in the mail the other day, and I did an unboxing, and I've sent the unboxing. By the way, if you don't follow my channel, you should subscribe if you're interested in. I do live unboxings all the time. So when I get stuff from beard companies like Beard Mail, I do an unboxing, and I think there's something in that is interesting to a lot of people, because it's one thing to do an unboxing on a video and then edit it, but it's a whole nother thing when you do an unboxing and it's live, because when you open it up and you smell something, you're like, oh,
yeah.
I'm sorry, but I don't like this stuff. Like, it's honesty and raw. And I think people want that. I think, Jacob, people want raw authenticity, because they don't want to spend money on something that may smell great to people online, but in real life, a lot of people may not like it. And so it may be one of those deals where it's like, I don't know, 50-50. Some people will love it. Some people will hate it. Then you have the fragrances that you'll smell, and you're like, well, this is safe for probably most people. It's going to be like your nice fragrance that is appealing to most people. But then you have your ouds and stuff that, you know, you got to be cautious because some people don't like oud. Sometimes oud's done differently. I mean, obviously you guys see that all the time. But I pulled these out and I was honest about kind of like what my thoughts are. And I kind of rank them like, what's my favorite out of the bottle or in the bottle. So remember, there's a difference between in the bottle and in your beard. All right. So I thought, well, these scents aren't very strong. That's what in the bottle. That's what I thought. But, and I'm going to tell you my thoughts here in a second. So Spice and Barrel, I got that one. I ended up getting the mahogany oak. Okay. And by the way, I like the labels. I do. They're kind of like, I've noticed they're, you know, there's nothing wrong with the labels. I haven't experienced any problems with them. They're kind of tacky, which I like that because sometimes if you get oil on it, they get slippery, but these are like, you know, it's almost like grippy, if that makes sense. And I like that.
I can tell you why real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Is we print this at home where we put a spray coating on them so they don't bleed.
That's nice.
Yeah.
So I want to hit these chats real quick. And the Blind Beardster says, "You're the man, Jacob. Heard nothing but good things about your products and can't wait to grab some up to review it. Keep doing what you're doing." Johnny Bones says, "I really like the beard shampoo." I do too. I like it a lot. Chris, what's up, buddy? Any jokes for us today? Haven't used the products, but have been hearing good things. Listen, dude, I got to tell you, it's good stuff. I'm going to tell you something here in just a few moments, something that I haven't even told Jacob yet. And I'm hoping he's not going to be offended by it. Just as real as my unboxings with my girlfriend right beside me. Awesome. Always in the mood for oud.
Yeah, and James hasn't even gotten one of those yet.
I like that. So I love the oud. I love oud stuff. And in fact, Jacob and I have kind of been talking about seeing what's in the future. Maybe we'll be doing a collab or something on some type of a oud. Who knows? We're looking into it. We're just kind of testing the waters. So let's see here. Mahogany and oak is nice. Johnny Bones, man, you are right. Oud doggy dog. Oh, you are so good at your jokes, man. I'm telling you what, dad jokes all the way, dude. I'm with you. Been made fun of so many times for dad jokes, but you know what?
Snoop oud.
The best jokes are dad jokes that are clean that you can talk to your kids about. So Bain Blends tobacco oud. It'll put you in the mood for some food. No, I'm just playing. And then the last one. The last one is this one. Bain Blends Man Cave. Okay. I thought first noticed, okay, so this is different. This label's different. And, you know, listen, if you have labels and you're changing them up, it's hard to just change up your label and just let these labels go to the wayside. Yes. So I'm 100% behind you, dude. I understand why, you know, you're being frugal, you're being a good steward of your money. You're not blowing your money on just wasting these labels. So I'm okay with that. I'm good with that. Doesn't bother me one bit. Lumberjack. Ooh, is that a new one? That's the original.
Yeah.
Wow, dude, that thing got upgraded like crazy.
Yeah.
Fantastic, dude.
Well, we had a friend of mine who his stepmom she makes labels. She does label printing. So early on, as we were going through the process, we just came up with that. And the oils that I send to the grocery store, they're all labeled like that. I don't have any new labels on them because I'm not going to waste them.
Sure.
I mean, I've got thousands of different types of early labels, and I'm just not going to let them go to waste.
Right. I don't blame you.
Yeah, but the stuff on the website, I needed to come up with a different label for those. So that's just where we're at. But yeah, it's all money that I can't see parting with, you know?
Sure.
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So, caveman, Dan, caveman. That's right.
So I wanted to say, by the way, if you're in here, hashtag infused, that's the giveaway name, hashtag infused, INFUSED. It has to be uppercase. No, I'm just playing with you guys. Oh, you guys already put it in there. No, I want to say that I just got deodorant today. I did. I got deodorant. I got like 4 things of deodorant. Why do I have 4? I'm eating these things like they're going out of business. addicted. I got 4 because I didn't know what the scents are going to be like. I got 2 unscented because I love unscented because, well, I just love unscented. You know, I wear fragrances and stuff. Why get something scented if you wear fragrance? You're not going to smell it anyways, right?
Right.
So shout out to Dave, Born Beard. Good to see you today, buddy. But I got 2 unscented. I got a lavender and I got a lemongrass. And so my wife, she's on the search for a good deodorant. With that being said, my wife had breast cancer recently in the last few years, couple years. She's going through a whole process of tamoxifen. It's just like, it's a nightmare. Like that drug is like very, very horrible for you. But the doctor says that he wants her to stay on it. So she's been going through, she had her lymph nodes removed. They said they found something in the lymph node. Then they removed a little bit more and then they didn't see any. So I understand and get the whole deodorant stuff, you know, the aluminum, all that stuff on your lymphatic system and all that stuff. But she's been having problems finding a good natural deodorant because every one of them still causes problems with her. Yeah. So I'm excited because I just took a shower and used the unscented, and how it went on, I loved it. I've had different natural deodorants that get real tacky and they start like coming off. Like, you know, I'm trying to explain it the best way I can, where it doesn't stay formed and it just starts coming off like in blotches. And I hate that. I love the Thieves and Lemongrass too. Chris, I smelled that and it smells really, really nice. A nice shot of lemongrass. Really, I love it. I love lemongrass. I think it's really, really masculine and clean.
Yeah.
But I tried it, I put it on and I had it and I was going to talk about it in the stream and I left them in the bathroom. I got like 4 of them up there, like I said, but I love it. Amazing. If you're questioning and wondering about the natural deodorant, listen, do it. Just do it, because I've tried Live Bearded, I've tried Beard Octane, I've tried all these other like companies, and I mean Dapper Yankee. I've tried Dr. Squatch. I've tried all these other ones, and I'm telling you, this is a solid, good one. I mean, it goes on nice and clear, and it just lovely. Love it. Chad, let's chat offline about the cancer stuff. Some things over here too. Oh, wanted to pick. Okay, yeah, absolutely, brother. Send me a message.
Yeah, my wife had a lump removed at 19, so that's kind of why have been passionate about it all this time. But this was just an afterthought. Honestly, this was just an afterthought. We had gotten through all this process, and we're like, let's just see if we can make a natural deodorant, and that's what we decided to do. And the Thieves and Lemongrass is good because it's actually essential oils. A lot of people don't use natural lemongrass. So we've had lemongrass growing around our house, and we would pull it out to make Vietnamese food, Vietnamese soup or something like that. And I mean, it smells exactly like the plant. So there's no chemical anything in that. All the ingredients are either naturally mined or they're naturally occurring. And I will not use, unless it's absolutely requested and it is well known, that I will not make it without anything other than essential oils unless, someone requests it. It's not going to be readily available without it, or with anything other than essential oils. So I did some for Steven. He requested a couple of different scents to match the beard oil, which I did. But no parabens, no artificial ingredients, no heavy waxes. Your body's designed to sweat. Your body's designed to sweat there because you shed toxins out of that region. All we're trying to do, hey Kay, all we're trying to do here is control microbes. That's the name of the game, controlling microbes. And a lot of men and women that just can't use deodorant, it doesn't work for them, have to go to prescription strength. And that's using heavy amounts of chemicals in order to try to control the microbe blooms. So the name of the game on that is knowing what's going on with your body. And if you have nothing working for you, then odds are you need a lot of probiotics and prebiotics to reset your biome, your body's biome, whether it be in your gut or in your pits. And a lot of people don't know that. and sometimes it can be a process in order to get it to work. But I've only had maybe 4 or 5 people, and they've all been women that have not been able to get success from my deodorant. And that's okay. You know, yeah, sometimes all you need is lemon half and baking soda. That's true. Sorry, I'm watching the other chat too. No, but I mean, that's a great point. But yeah, I mean, I would say that the Thieves and Lemongrass is probably the most powerful one, and the lavender would be second. But that unscented deodorant, I can use it just as much as I use the other two, and I go for days without having to put it on.
That's awesome.
So
I love it. I love it. All right. So if you're coming in, hashtag Infused. We're going to be doing this giveaway here in just a moment. I wanted to say I love your scents. Man Cave. I like that a lot. I thought it would have probably been my favorite, but surprisingly, as much as I like the way it smells, in fact, I had it in my beard this morning, took a shower. Like I said, after doing that, and what did I put in my beard now? I went back to the tobacco oud. It's in my beard right now. I wanted to wear it for tonight. I don't know if my beard looks okay or not, but it feels good.
It smells amazing.
I smell it too. Yeah. Through the microphone. It's crazy how this microphone, I can smell it all the way up here. But honestly, I asked my wife, I asked my daughter, I asked my other daughter, and I asked my son separately, like they were all there together, but they weren't paying attention to each other. And I asked them, I said, what is your favorite? And out of all 5 of them, every single one of them made the top one the same. And I thought, wow. And it was a winner. I mean, this one right here, mahogany oak, was the number 1 pick that they picked. And it's crazy because my wife, kids, they are all the time around scents all the time. I mean, I do beard reviews all the time. I ask them their opinions. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? Because a women's, like we said before, women's thoughts on a scent usually is like the ultimate decision, because their noses are so much better than ours. But you know, she actually put the Man Cave like second from the bottom, surprisingly. My son did too. I think my daughters put him at third. She said it kind of gives like a medicinal Vicks vapor rub scent. I don't really get that, but she also said it does that with Parfums de Marly Leighton, which is the top fragrance by PDM, and I love it. I love the scent. People ask me all the time, what are you wearing? So I love this scent. I think that the Man Cave is great. In fact, I've actually used quite a bit of this oil going back and forth. I mean, you can see it's quite a bit's gone. But you know, when I wear this, I can definitely tell the fill and beard is amazing. It feels good, but my beard lays so nice and flat. Like, I mean, when I say flat, I don't want to be flat, like, you know, but it lays straight without even have to heat it up. And I know it probably sounds weird to some people, but it's so true. A lot of times, well, every day I put heat on my beard. I do. I straighten my beard with a hair dry or a blow dryer, but not very much work has to be done with this oil. And I love the consistency of it. I love what it's in it. The ingredients is amazing. So you guys can certainly, let's see here. Yep, absolutely. Let's see here. Let's see here. Right here. Does your deodorant have baking soda? I've never used a natural deodorant, but I need to change that.
Yeah, so that was one of the reasons why I chose sodium bicarbonate, because it's a naturally mined version of baking soda. I mean, a lot of stuff that we get in the marketplace is artificial. Baking soda is one of them. It can either be chemically created or naturally mined. So I bought the naturally mined stuff. And my body reacts totally differently to the natural mined stuff than the sodium oh my gosh, the word, than the non-natural and baking soda. Yeah, I tried making it with baking soda. It was not as good. The sodium bicarbonate is much better, much better. And also, I know people that would get flare-ups, you know, with baking soda on their armpits. For whatever reason, the sodium bicarbonate is not doing that to them. So, yeah, no, it's not. We could put menthol in your beard.
That's funny.
No, it was funny that you brought that up. Like, I when you read that to me, I chuckled because you're gonna have people that have a totally different scent
Yeah.
palette, and you're gonna have people that will smell chocolate and it'll just be intoxicating to them, and to other people it's revolting. So I just chuckle at that because that's just how your wife's nose works, and that's
Right.
just how it is, man. I
Absolutely.
can't hate that. It doesn't smell like that to you though, right?
No, no, no. I love it. I love it.
Well,
That's the thing. Everybody's scent is different.
yeah,
I smell scents all the time, and I understand and respect a really good scent. And some people are like, it's just not for me. A lot of these niche clones fragrances are expensive. People love them, and then people are like, I don't know about that. It's just a hit and miss for some people, but for most
yeah.
people, they're going to really like that. They're going to love it. So let's go here and do this giveaway. I'm on my phone, and I'm like getting down a low percentage, so I'm going to have to speed this up a little bit. And I apologize, guys, because I was doing a stream earlier right before this, and so I've tried to get it charged up. So let's go over there. I'm going to share the screen real quick, and we're going to move over there, and we're going to see who the winner is. All right. So let's take a trip right over there to that. Maybe let me see if I can find it here. Let's see here.
Got a pretty good
Gotta love this.
balance of people in here tonight.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Okay.
a lot of these folks in here are just awesome people.
Yeah, they
A
are.
lot of great people with a lot of great feedback. And I realize how difficult it must be for the people that are doing reviews, and that's a lot of money to spend. I mean,
Absolutely.
so I'm definitely grateful to everybody who's purchased and spread the word, and I'm extraordinarily thankful to all of you for sure.
All right. Let me know if you guys can see this. Maybe. Try this again. I don't know what's going on here. I apologize, guys. You guys not seeing that, are you?
Yeah, if while you're trying to figure that out, the the oils are on sale right now through May 1st for $10. And on May 1st they're going to go back up. They're actually going to go up to 18. And I just started. If you're okay with me talking about what I just did with GovX,
Yeah, that's fine. Absolutely, yes, for sure.
I just added GovX to my website. So before you start the checkout process, you can go to the link on any one of the products and click on the GovX link, and that will generate a one-time code for a 25% discount, and that's going to stay, period. That is for police, firefighters, teachers, EMS, military, veterans. The list is pretty extensive. So
awesome, dude. Okay, so I'm over here in the giveaway tab, and it's showing that we only have 5 entries. That doesn't make sense. So make sure, guys, you are in the chat, that you've done hashtag infused. If you have, you might try it one more time, because when I went over there to do it, I hit back and I think it may have deleted some, and I apologize. I'm having some problems with my computer going over there because I'm looking at another screen too, and I'm not seeing it go over to this giveaway channel or this giveaway page, and it's saying I'm sharing the screen, but it's not showing on the monitor. So make sure you guys are included, because I don't want you guys to miss out. I've got 8 entries right now, and I know we have way more than that. So again, I apologize for that, guys. Let's see here. Sneezy, what's happening? Good to see you today, buddy. So he's getting the dad jokes ready to go. We're up to 12 entries.
It must be fate, because the page I just turned to, I will now commence with a reading. Did you hear about the joke about the butter? I'd better not tell you. It might spread.
That's funny. Did you guys, I shouldn't probably say this, but did you guys know that diarrhea is hereditary? Have you noticed that? Because it runs in the genes. I know, right? All right. We got 17 in here, guys. Let's go ahead and get this giveaway going. Hopefully you guys hit the live button. You're live. We got 17 right now. I'm going to go ahead and do the drawing right here. We're drawing it. Let's see here who the winner is. I don't want to get cut off on my phone, so I'm trying to get by. So we've got the winner as Bearded Chief. Bearded Chief.
It was rigged. It was rigged.
Bearded Chief. Wow.
All right, Chief, you know how to reach me, man. Send me a message and we'll get you hooked up, brother. That will be Chief. For your own butter in whatever scent you want. And don't do that, Chief. You need to take it, man.
Spin again. Come on, buddy. You're the winner, bro.
What's up, Joey? How you doing, brother? I see you.
Can you guys hear me still?
We can hear you, but we can't see you.
I know you can't. I'm trying to get this another camera here going. I apologize again.
That's all right.
So, gotta love it. I usually stream off my Sony camera, and I've been streaming off my phone lately because I just feel like it for some reason it gets such a better picture for whatever reason. But man, just that daggone phone likes to die, and it's annoying. So. But I have a plan, guys. I have a plan.
Yeah. Can we talk about the salve? I know you didn't get the salve, but. Pork Chop. I am located in Florida with quite a few other really great beard companies down here as well. Yeah, it's just south of Tampa. So, yeah, has anybody in the chat been using the salve? I know a few people have it. Basically, the Herbal Infused salve. If anybody has a issue with psoriasis or eczema, teenagers that deal with acne, we've had people that have had bug bites. And we've had some people that have had acne issues and they use the salve. So they've been pretty happy with it. There he is. What's going on, Chad?
I'm back. Sorry, it's not as good. I'm on my iPad now, but it is what it is. I'm getting a lot of feedback. Are you hearing that?
Yeah. Do you have something else in the background running that might be picking it up?
It's probably my. That's not the ambulance going on here. Somebody call the fire department.
I think it's. Does anybody have any ability to add some beats to it? Chat, say it with me. Just say how glad we are that Chad is wearing pants to the show. Yeah, I mean, if I could ship to Canada,
that would have been bad.
I don't know what the prices would be.
That's
right. If you're interested in 3D, why don't you message me on Instagram or Facebook under Bain Blends, and I'd be happy to look into it and see what shipping is right now. So that wouldn't be a problem. But pants are good, yes. If the Matrix had a sound, that's true. Well, anybody have any questions for me? I'd love to answer questions while Chad's figuring out his camera. Oh, man. It's so funny. We are now reviewing pants. Chad's like for whatever you're using. Okay. I have rosacea, and it definitely knocks it down a couple of notches. It will not take care of it completely. So for those of us that deal with things like that, rosacea, uh, psoriasis, eczema, those are all internal conditions. So it's something is happening inside your body and it blooms outside in the skin. And it's just what happens. Usually it's an immune response. So like for me, as much as you guys probably don't want to see my beautiful mug, I would get a lot of really bad red, lobster red, right through here. And if I use my oil regularly enough, or I put some salve on it, it's a little red. It's not terrible. So the best thing you can do is, I think you guys have some oils coming. Okay. Use one of the ones on your face and see if it helps knock it down. But of course, there's always the salve. And if you want to try it, just let me know. So Jeffrey's bearded. I have one called Cool Serenity, and it is a peppermint and lavender. But we really haven't done just a straight peppermint or any other mint at the moment. And it really just it comes down to what people have requested. If that is something that you are interested in doing and you want me to work on something for you, I'd be more than happy to do it. Just reach out to me on the side and we can talk, man. No big deal. I like making custom stuff for people. It brings me and my wife joy. So
sorry, dude. I'm just catching up with the chat. Crotch cam, Bear Chief hashtag pants. Come on now. Pants on the ground. Pants. Oh, dude, I love it, man. I love these guys.
Chad, you did it to yourself, brother.
I know. So I'm just glad I had my iPad here, because my phone is I could have cooked it up, but my iPad, I had the microphone hooked up to the iPad, which was causing the feedback. So now it's just kind of like I'm just going straight off of an iPad here, which is fine. I would rather have this than no picture. Guys, listen, I really apologize, because I tried to have my stuff somewhat professional. And by the way, Bearded Joey Hookem, thanks for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you, man. But yeah, that's hey, listen, the show will go on. We'll continue doing what we're doing. We'll have a good time, and we're not going to let it stop us, right? I'm glad.
By the way, I, just in case anybody keeps seeing me mess up my ears, I have bad either rosacea or eczema in my hair, like in my hairline. And it's really bad behind my ears. So I'm always messing with it. And I'm like, I put my oil or my eczema salve on it all the time, but they'll almost become like wounds themselves. So it bothers me. So that's why I touch it a lot, in case anybody's curious as to why I'm constantly touching my head. So, Bearded Boston guy, I'm going to have to, or Preston, I'm going to have to look into that. I don't know what that is. Let me save that for an after show lookup, and let me try to figure out what that is. Because I have a friend who gets really bad psoriasis on her hands, and she's had open wounds on her hands. She's a friend from church. And she started using my salve, and I got my first picture 2 days later, and it was bad. It was bad 2 days later. And then 6 days later, it was almost healed. It just looked like she had almost a very light burn on her finger. But it was really gnarly. And she uses my salve all the time, and she does not have those flare-ups anymore. But again, you need to take other stuff. Rosacea can be one of 50 or 60 different causes. It's crazy. So, my salve is not a cure-all, but it's got some really strong stuff in there that will definitely knock down a whole bunch of things a few notches, and make it bearable. But my wife, who has 2 different types of eczema on her hands, that's all she uses. She only uses my salve now. She does not have to be on topical steroids anymore. And if she has a flare up, or if she's making cups and her hands are in gloves all day long, then that's what she puts on her hands, and it works great for her. And I've had the blessing for me is people messaging me and saying, I've used your salve and it's the first time I've had relief in years. I've had so many people tell me that it knocks my socks off. It totally knocks my socks off.
Wow.
Bearded Chief, if that's what you really want me to do, I will do that for Kay. But I'm still going to send you something, okay? And it's too late. Sorry. Yeah, what else you got, man, now that you're up and working?
Yeah, now that we got it going on, guys, we're going to have the party now. So I feel so much better because I was sitting here looking at I had my phone. You guys probably don't know this, but if you're other creator and you have Apple stuff, I have a Sony camera that I could have used and been fine, but I decided to do my iPhone. And so when you hook your iPhone up to your Mac, it'll actually it'll start like shooting that projection onto the stream. So that's what that was going on. And I kept getting those little deals. It said 20% on your phone. I thought, okay, well, hopefully it lasts. And then it was like 10%. I'm like, oh, God. And then it was 5%. I'm like, dude, I'm telling you right now, it's just going to cut off. And finally it just cut off. And thank God I had my iPad here, but going old school, I don't think that the image is that good, but
it looks great, man.
Does it? Good.
Yeah.
It may be my monitor. It's just on the actual iPad, it looks great. But on the computer monitor, it looks terrible. So,
doesn't Chad look gorgeous? Just say it. We can all admit it. Chad looks amazing, right? He looks like a model.
No, I'm kidding. Seriously, I do want to say
hashtag handsome. That's what I want to see now.
Don't say hashtag pants, okay?
I already did, dude.
That was so funny. I'm never gonna live that down. That is so freaking funny. You know, all of a sudden, I didn't even know that the iPad was facing down because I was trying to do something. I don't know what I was trying to do, but man, that was hilarious. So somebody said, I think it was Antonio. Now we are reviewing pants. Gosh, that's so fun. I'm glad we were able to come and laugh, have a good time.
Beards, heads, threads, and pants. There you go. That's your new channel.
This is my beard, this is my head, and this is my thread. No, I'm kidding. Seriously.
Someone's got to screenshot that and use that as a thumbnail, please.
No, don't look down. That would be fun back in the day when people used to do streams in 2020 and they do live, what do they call it? Zoom meetings, and they would have no pants on, just their underwear. That would have been terrible.
COVID brought out a lot of weird stuff, man. I tell you.
That would have been terrible if I had my boxers on and just kind of shot down. I'm like, oh my gosh, I've seen my Speedo. So, beards, heads, and britches. That's funny. Let me say this. Sandalwood Deluxe, I really like it. I think it's a nice, clean scent for sure. I love the sandalwood. Mahogany Oak's probably one of my top. I love it. It's really, to me, I feel like it's kind of got really almost like a stronger scent than the others, in my opinion. This is a good one too, as we were mentioning earlier. Man Cave, I think it's great scent. It's got, it's a good scent. I really enjoy it. Spice and Barrel was a good one. All these scents are good, man. There's nothing wrong with these scents. That one was probably my least out of all. Just to be honest, they're all good, but you can't have all favorites. And I really like Tobacco Oud. I wish it was stronger, but again, you didn't want to make it that strong because it can get intoxicating to you.
Here's why I'm careful about that, and I know other people have said that to me. I just get headaches from too much scent. So when I smell something, I want it to be where I don't put anybody else in danger of getting a headache.
Sure.
And I've met so many people that steer away from certain things because they have a reaction to it. That's the bottom line. That's the only reason. And if someone says to me, hey, make it stronger, that is totally fine. I can do that. In a bottle, it's about, I'm not going to give the exact, what it is, but I generally do about 1.5 to 2 mLs by volume for every ounce. And that is on the low end. But when you get it in your beard, it smells typically pretty good without being overpowering. Now, I've said this to somebody recently. Oh, good night, Lewis. Thanks for coming in, man. I appreciate you being
good seeing you, Luis. Thanks, bud. Appreciate you.
I would say that if I wanted to wear a cologne, I'd wear a cologne and not a beard oil.
Mm-hmm.
And I realize that some people want to have a 13 or 14 hour scent that, just going to last all day long, but that's really not good for you. It's just not healthy. And again, I don't want to put somebody in danger. So, Chad, you've changed. Now you're back. So I just don't want to put somebody in danger. I don't want someone to smell my beard oil and have to put it outside. That's what I'm concerned about. Yeah, and agreed. Jeffrey's bearded. Absolutely. 100%. That is the most important thing, is at the end of the day, how does your beard feel?
Yeah.
And the way that I put there's my mom, that's my mom, Pamela Bain.
Hey, Pam, good to see you.
That's one of the reasons why I made what I made, because I wanted a healthy beard oil that would be good for your skin and good for your hair. That's why I made it. It's a total afterthought that they smell good. For me, it's a total afterthought.
I think the filling beard's great.
Yeah.
I was at a Walmart the other day. Oh, I sent you that. I took a picture of my beard. I thought it was looking really, really good. I took a picture, and it was kind of like, I wish I could share that picture right now, but it was like this. And he goes, "Man, you look like you're ticked off. I hope everything's right with my beard oil," or something like that. I don't know. But it was kind of weird because people were walking by and I was trying to catch a picture like where people weren't like wondering what I'm doing. And
it's like you wanted to kill somebody, buddy.
That's funny. I don't kill nobody.
Hold on. Tell me this guy doesn't look like there
it is.
A Viking.
Hey, listen, can't you tell that my beard looked really freaking good that day? And it was tobacco oud I had in it. It was just laying really good. My stash was laying good. I mean, it don't happen all the time, but listen, that day and that blend, it was doing really good with Jacob blending.
Well, that's good. I'm glad. Antonio, that's a great question. That's totally, personal preference. I mean, Chad, I think it was you that said you want to walk into a room and everybody knows you're there.
Well, that's with fragrance.
Yeah. I mean,
a scent bomb, I want to be.
Yeah.
No. I just want to smell good.
Yeah, I mean, I think smelling good is great. I've had people at church in narrower hallways say, "You're wearing your beard oil a lot, right?" And I'm like, "Yes, it's strong. I'm sorry." But yeah, but that's just the process of wearing it. What I do know is that I've had nobody say your beard oil is giving me a headache.
Right. Sure.
And that happens to me all the time. Like I'd smell something out at Target or whatever, and I get a headache immediately afterwards. So if I ever buy a scent that I really am interested in and it just does not work on my nose, or it smells like chlorine or whatever, I just don't use it. I just don't use it. I immediately get rid of it. So yeah. So Jeffrey, there's two different ways. There's multiple ways to extract stuff. You can do vapor extraction, where you're sort of steaming the essential oils out and then they're trapped. You can do where you infuse something in alcohol, or you can do oil extraction. And oil extraction has a couple of different methods. So oil extraction will either be you put all the herbs in a jar and you sit them on a shelf for months, and the avocado or the carrier oil avocado will go in and it'll just help infuse that avocado oil with whatever naturally occurring oils or amino acids or whatever is in those herbs, whatever is naturally in those herbs that are medicinal or have slip or whatever in it that will allow your beard to feel a certain way. Some herbs that I use are antimicrobial, and that's their only purpose. Some are antimicrobial, but will help with your beard growth. Some are antimicrobial and help make sure that that it'll actually help your pores not get clogged. So there's a lot of things that are added for a specific purpose. But marshmallow root oil gives gives your beard a natural slip, right? So some people use butters or whatever and brush their beard a lot to give it like a coating. This thing adds what's called mucilage, and mucilage gets into the avocado oil, and it gives your beard a natural slip to it. And that slip is what, allows your comb. This is a pretty gnarly comb to just fall through. Right. So, and I kind of have a thicker beard too. So, that's the reason why those herbs were chosen. And I couldn't make a product for my wife that was going to burn her hands. I mean, if I gave her a product that was going to dry her hands out, dry her hands out, it was loaded with alcohol, that does her no good. So I had to do it this way in order to be able to make a healthy product for her. And of course, as it becomes an oil for your skin or for your beard, it just provides those benefits as well. It's the science behind it is kind of fun. It took many months to figure out what I really ultimately wanted to include and what I wanted to exclude. And there's probably 30 more herbs that I could include, but I just, there's some of these just don't need to be added because it's just double or triple up. It would make no sense.
Man, I'm really digging this mahogany oak. I'm serious. Guys, listen, I'm going to tell you right now, you go over there to bainblends.com right now. And you said you had discounts going on right now over there?
Yep. $10 in oil, or GovX is now permanently on there.
So yes, $10 in oil, guys. You know that is ridiculously, that's losing money right there for you.
It is.
But this is to help him get out. People want to try it. He's trusting that once you try it, you're going to love it, and you're going to be a repeater, and you're going to be a repeat offender when it comes to buying this oil and offending other people because they don't have it too. But this stuff is good, guys. Listen, out of all the scents, they have great scents. But I want to say honestly, I want to just be honest with you guys. Can I just be honest with you for once? Can I simply just try to be honest with you? Listen, what I like is the tobacco oud, and I like the mahogany oak. That's my favorites. I mean, I love the rest of them. I love sandalwood Lux, the man cave. I love them all, and I'm sure I will use every one of them, every bit of it at different points. But the ones I've been going to a lot is mahogany oak and tobacco oud because, man, they are so good, guys. So good.
Yeah, I don't know if I should bring this up, but I'm going to anyway. And Dan, you can call me and give me a hard time after the fact. But Dan from Beard and Death is going to be lending a hand with some of the merch stuff, at least as it is right now. So until I get on my feet and I'm able to do it myself. GovX will be for every product. Frankie, I've not limited it from other. Well, I have not limited it from the oils. So GovX, if you were to go buy an oil right now, would be another $250 off each oil. For a limited time only, you can get Bain Blends beard oil. Sorry.
Dude, I seriously thought an ad just popped up here. I'm like, dude, what is going on here on StreamYard? Dude, how do you change your voice like that?
Well, I can do quite a few voices, but I'll leave those off the table right now.
So, yeah, for sure, GovX. And I was going to say that earlier, and I'm glad you said that because we talked about saying that tonight. And Dude, with all the crazy shenanigans going on with technology, it's kind of throwing me, and I apologize for that. But I'm glad you said
Don't worry
that.
about it, man. It's all fine.
But yeah, listen, guys, this is a company that I can get behind and trust. I do like a lot of things about these oils. I like how he's got his note profiles broke down, like the top notes, middle notes, base notes. So a lot of companies, and there's nothing wrong with this. I mean, companies will have scent profiles, you know, like tobacco, honey, oud, or something like that. Nothing wrong with that. But to go the extra step and say, you know what, I'm going to put more effort into this. I'm going to say my top notes are bourbon, citrus, and fruit. Middle notes, whiskey, floral, spice, and the base notes, ginger, vanilla, and musk. I'm telling you guys, it's really, really nice that, dude, you put some time in this, man. And you can definitely tell. And I don't think there's nothing wrong at all having t-shirts and merch white labeled from Beer to Death. That's what he does. He's a professional, and that's his business. And there's tons of companies that actually do that. There's companies all over that have their beard oils white labeled and from different companies. And a lot of the beard companies you may be buying from are actually being made from another company. There's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I think that we're all in this together, and I'm a big supporter of Beer to Death. I love Dan. I think he's a great dude. And I think his heart, honestly, is a heart of gold. I think that he's not like some companies that are like in opposition with each other, you know, like, you know, oh, competition, you know, that scares me, or I don't want to have no competition. He is willing to give you the shirt off his back and help you out. And that's one thing that I say I love about Beer to Death. I didn't know who they were last year, but learning who they are and talking to Dan I actually talk to Dan almost on a daily basis. I mean, I kind of feel like me and you, Jacob's kind of becoming that way too, like through text.
Well, let me tell you about Dean, all right? What I like about Dean is that he is a real human being, you know what I mean? And if I had the ability to have him here with me right now, he would be, you know what I mean? I'm just doing that because Joey told me to do it, man.
Nice.
Oh, I can get it so much better. I wanted to do voiceover work for the longest time. I could probably do 100 different things, and I couldn't break into the industry.
Yeah.
It was expensive. It was like $10,000 to hire an agent.
Yeah.
And it was ridiculous. My wife and I actually were on our honeymoon. I was stationed in Hawaii when I was in the Marines. So we went back there for our honeymoon a few years after I got out. And we actually sat next to a couple that worked for Hanna-Barbera. They were like a voiceover power couple. And they actually said, we would love to work with you, but you're going to need to get an agent. And I just didn't have the money.
Yeah.
So I just kind of stopped doing it over the years. And if I hear something, I can kind of replicate it. And if I practice it, I can nail it. But Joey put me on the spot, unfortunately.
Started when he was a little guy in the car entertaining me, your mom said.
Yeah.
Hey, Pam, was he the type of kid that he'd go see a movie and he'd try to like copy everything that the guy in the movie did, like, you know, karate moves and all of these things, you know, try to imitate that person that's an actor? I know when I was a kid, I did some of that stuff, and I see my son do the same thing. So, but yeah, so here's the thing. I just got your beard butter today to try it. And obviously, as we know, it gets melted when it comes in the heat. And so I'm going to fix that.
Was this the surprise?
Yes.
Oh, gosh.
Highly surprised. No. I see what you're saying. No. The surprise was I really enjoyed the deodorant. I was going to give you a hard time about that, but yeah, it was. Okay. I wasn't even thinking about that. What I said earlier. No, I was going to say, I know I got a surprise for you. I really liked the butter, or sorry, the deodorant. No, my gosh,
so I messed you up, brother. I'm sorry.
The butter looks good. It's just, you know, I'm going to try to get it harder formulation because, you know, anytime we ship stuff in the heat, it's to be expected from every. I mean, you're talking about shea. I mean, I didn't really read all the ingredients in it, but I mean, butters melt. I mean, everybody knows that. So I'm excited about trying it out. I really am. I'm excited about it.
I'll be honest with you. I don't understand the butter discussion. butter is supposed to melt. Like it's whether it's hard or whether it's poured or whether it's whipped, it's supposed to melt.
It all goes the same way.
It all, yeah. I mean, I understand.
Yep.
What was that?
I was saying, even if it's melted, I mean, once you put it in the beard, it's going to be the same as being hard. And, you know, it's just the consistency, how people like to use it. You know, they like to feel it on the finger. Sometimes they want it liquidy. Sometimes they want it more of a solid, but it all gets emulsified down to a liquid anyway. So I completely agree.
Yeah. And to be fair, like, I understand why people have, you know, they have a certain way things want to be. They feel a certain way about it. But the one thing that I feel sets me apart from most is the amount of ingredients that are in the oil. That to me is what I'm most proud of. The time, the care, the effort that was put into coming up with that. And, you know, I feel that's what puts me on, you know, just in a different niche in this business. But again, like, a lot of this boils down to personal preference. You know, if you want to have a good oil in your beard, there's a lot of great companies that make a lot of great beard oils. You know, I just hope to be able to participate in that marketplace and be able to make my mark in some way, shape, or form, you know? So that's it for me.
Hey, appreciate that, Corey.
Baker, the salve will travel just fine. I mean, the salve's got a little bit of beeswax in it, so it helps keep the thing from melting. It'll be fine in the car. So,
yeah, I want to say this. So I was looking on all these other labels. I couldn't see your oil, your carrier blend on here. It just has like a general herbal infused beard oil. Yeah. On your case, you do have it, but I was looking through your oils, and one thing that came across is squalene. Squalene's not cheap. That's an expensive oil. It really is. And I'm sure there's more here that's expensive that I probably
pumpkin seed oil is $170 a gallon.
Okay, so yeah, there's some that I recognize, but some of them that I've never really looked in the price. But I know squalene. I've looked into it recently because I really think it's awesome oil.
Yeah.
But when I see how much it was, I was like, holy cow, that's you know, and that's the thing, you know, a lot of companies, some people will say, you know, the less, the better, you know, and some people will say, well, no, I mean, the more, the better, because there's more different properties of these oils and what they do for you and how they work within your beard, you know. And so what's cool about it is coming up with something different than what everybody else has. And I think that's one thing that a lot of people want to do when they want to make their own beard products. What is going to be different about you? We're always trying to be innovators. You know, you don't want to be just headed down the same direction as everybody else, because then what makes you different? I guess your scent make it different. You know, a lot of people concoct different awesome scents and mixing different, you know, scent profiles that smell different. But at the end, you know, what's the fill in beard? And so I think it's really cool to see you got the black seed you know, the black seed in there as well. And you have I like the squalane. I think it's amazing. Pumpkin seed, you don't see that in a whole lot of stuff. I've seen it before, but you don't see it in like majority, and that's probably why. You know, going back to people want to make money, and how do you make money when you spend more money on oils and maybe you're not selling them as much as far as the price? I mean, when you sell one of these for $10 and you're paying so much per carrier oil, you're really losing money. So, but I understand. I think you're doing an amazing job. You're trying to get it out. You want people to try your stuff, and sometimes you got to go down to $10 sometimes to get them to try it. You know, and what's $10, right? You know, for 1 ounce beard oil. So fantastic.
Well, you convinced me. I'm now raising my prices to $50 an ounce. I'm just kidding.
There you go. There you go. Listen, it's a fact though. Check this out though. It is a fact though. There's a deal when it comes to psychology. A person that sees, and that obviously your stuff's on sale, so it's not like it's you know, it's in this situation. But like, let's say somebody's selling an oil for $7, you're probably going to say, I don't know if I want that oil, because you have the mentality, you get what you pay for. You know what I mean? Right. But if you know the product is fantastic and it's $7, then you're going to sell out super fast. So I think it's all word of mouth. I know it is. I mean, we talk about these things on our channels. People listen to us. I'm sure there are people out there somewhere in the great beyond that probably maybe just rattle and say whatever they want because, they have ulterior motives. But at the end of the day, what is it to me to lie about these oils? I mean, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm trying to get rich off of your oils, but I'll tell you what, when I come across a good oil, I'm going to talk about it. And I'm telling you, Bain Blends is great stuff. It really is. And here's the thing, what I think, this is just, I mean, I know my word probably is just, it's just Chad's word, but I honestly think, dude, that you are, I think you're just getting started. I think that you're literally about to do great stuff, man. I think that you're going to continue to succeed. I like your spirit about you. I like your character. I like who you are. You're a great guy. And the thing of it is that people want great products, but they want great people behind them. They want somebody that when they look at the brand, they can trust that brand because of the person behind it. And you got obviously a heart that you care about people. You're not trying to screw people over. You're not a fly by night type guy. You're in it for the long haul. You're in it to learn, which is nice. Everybody wants to be, I know it all. I know how to do it. No, we're all evolving and learning, and if we don't evolve and learn as we grow in a business or as a creator, then we're never going to amount to what we could be. You know what I mean? You have to push it and try to be better and learn and grow. And so I think a lot of people in the community really helps with that. I mean, even as a creator, people help grow you as a creator, but they also help grow you as a business by telling you the things that you need. Sometimes it's hard to hear the stuff you have to hear. You have to hear the truth. The truth will set you free. I believe it, you know. But if you don't hear the truth and all it is like, lip service all the time, you're never going to get better. You're never going to care, and you're never going to, people are never going to be happy with your stuff because they feel like you just don't listen. People want you to listen. They want you to feel like you care. And at the end of the day that you're going to be there and you're going to stand behind your products. That's the main thing. What if your products suck and I don't like it? Well, we'll take care of you. It's the whole idea that you have the whole dimension behind the product of customer service and standing behind it. So at the end of the day, I wanted to end this chat to let everybody know I like this stuff a lot. I do. I like this stuff. I'm telling you, this stuff has been in my cabinet, in my, or not cabinet, but I have a shelf in my bathroom. And so if you follow my channel, most of the stuff that goes to this shelf is, what do you call that? I probably should do this so nobody can see their products on the back shelf. No, I'm kidding. That is, yeah. So that is where I put stuff that I'm not normally using, but don't get that freaked out by if your stuff is back there, because I promise you every now and a great moon, I will come back and pull it off the shelf and put it back up there and kind of rotate back and forth. A lot of the stuff that I use all the time in the bathroom when I'm getting out of the shower is stuff that I'm really like trying to seriously review and then in my rotation consistently, because you can't just review an oil one time. At least for me. Some people may say, well, I've tried your oil a couple times. I really didn't like it. I've actually had oil I've tried in my beard before and I didn't like it. And I tried it again and I didn't like it. I tried it again and I actually liked it. And I thought, wow, it's crazy. And there's a lot of factors that play into this. Did you wash your beard? Is it stripped, of your oils? How did you do your stuff the night before? There's a lot of things that go in place with this. And a lot of people, I feel like, judge oils carriers from companies when there's so many factors into it. I mean, I think that you should definitely try an oil and try it out for a little while before you make any judgment on that, because it changes, and so it's true. I mean, I promise you, there's so many people will try an oil 1 or 2 times and they'll say, well, I really don't like it. And sometimes they'll throw it away or give it away. And then if you would have kept hold of that and kept trying it could have it turned out to be a fantastic, probably one of the best you've ever tried.
Yeah.
because I'm telling you, I've used oils that do incredible. And then sometimes I'm like, wow, that's surprising. My beard doesn't look very good at all in this. And it's not the oil, it's the other factors that you have to factor in. And so you have to go back and remember, okay, what did you do differently that time than you did this time?
Right.
So I mean, I just wanted to say that because that's a factor that you have to take into consideration when you're trying different beard products.
Yeah. And and for me, it's a very short scale. It's literally just whether or not I get a headache from it. I don't know why I'm so sensitive to scents. I just don't. I don't know why it does that to me, but it's just I'm, just really sensitive to the different scents that I've tried. So, yeah, that's kind of how it is for me, unfortunately.
Thanks, Kay. So, Jacob makes no sense. I'm kidding, bro. Your wife does. No.
Yeah, she's the nose, man. She's the one that figures out the scent profiles.
Yeah.
So
I love it, guys. I love it. I'm going to tell you guys right now, if you're curious about trying one of these, I definitely would try it. One thing that is that I would recommend trying out, if you can only try one, this is just my opinion. I say it all the time. Opinions are like armpits. Everybody has a couple of them usually, and most of them stink. So that's a good reason why you should buy his deodorant. By the way, just a plug. But if it is my opinion, and you like a nice scent that just smells great, I would definitely check out the mahogany oak. Now, I'm not a big foodie guy. There's a lot of people on that foodie stuff. I have had fragrances that are foodie. I mean, are you familiar with Thierry Mugler or Thierry Mugler? Amen, Angelman, fantastic stuff. Pure malt, pure coffee, pure malt's going to have that malt type whiskey, aged barrel whiskey. And it smells incredible. Pure Tonka, all of these different ones that were flankers, but I'm telling you, they sold out like crazy because they smell so much like a gourmand. And right. Nothing wrong with fruity scents, but I'm not that big of a fruity scent or a Fuji scent. I'm not even a real big fruity scent guy. There are some that have made me think, wow, that actually smells pretty dang good. But I love every one of these that you sent me. I love the mahogany oak, tobacco oud. I'm a big oud guy. I love tobacco. I mean, it's not a surprise. I talk about tobacco scents a lot. I'm a big pipe tobacco fan. I love pipe tobaccos. I'm not saying, cherry tobacco or anything, just as pipe tobacco, love it. But I love oud, love tobacco. So I would have thought that tobacco oud would have been my number one, but it's contending with mahogany oak. And it's just a nice, clean scent, like masculine scent. To me, that's my opinion. You want a man cave? Hang out and go to bed with the man cave. I'm telling you right now, your nose will be clear as all day because of Vicks. No, I'm kidding. Vicks Vapor Rub. If I want Vicks Vapor Rub, I'll use Vicks. But,
oh man, I still don't know how I feel about that.
I know. I don't think it smells like Vicks. That's just my wife. That's funny. But I love stuff, man. I want to seriously be using your butter because I want to make sure that when I do a review, and when I say this, please don't be scared. I know you said the other day, man, I'm a little nervous. Don't be scared. I know. Listen, I told my wife what you said. She goes, because you're honest. You're going to be completely honest and thorough on your review. And that's what I do. But I never, I'm going to tell you right now, I never, ever cut down a company. I'll never do that. I think that is terrible, very disgracing on your own character when you bash another company for any reason. Right. And most time people bash companies because of the reasons, because they are jealous maybe, or maybe because they're, they want to have this pride, like they're better. I think we're all in this together. We're all growing, evolving, and learning as the beard industry is growing, it's grooming. We're all growing together. I love this community. I love the fact that everybody cares about each other. You can go to other communities. I'm going to tell you this right now. most of you guys probably won't care, but a lot of you guys will. And I know you will, Jacob. I'm on another channel. I run another channel. I run 2 channels. Okay. The other channel I run is a ministry channel. And most of you guys probably are shocked, but some of you guys are probably not shocked because, I mean, I'm not a stranger to talk about God. But it's a ministry channel. And when we get on talk about God, you would not believe the stuff that we hear. People come out, oh, look at your bald head. Oh, your beard. Oh, ZZ Top. Oh, look at these gay guys. I mean, it's crazy. I'm telling you. And I know Dan's been on there. I didn't even know Dan followed my channel, my other channel, but he does. He said, hey, I'm a man of God. You didn't, I'm like, wow, that's awesome. But you would be surprised at the trash that we hear. And then I come over to this community and nothing but love. So I'm going to tell you, it's a sad deal. It's a sad deal how people are. But I'm so thankful in this community, people actually care about people. They respect each other. They make it easy for companies that are coming up because they support them. They get behind them. They teach them. They tell them. I mean, Dan, he'll help you, support you, give you advice, give you his, what he's learned for trial and error. He'll support and talk to you, and just a great dude altogether.
He is.
And you're a great dude, Jacob. I've ran across other different companies that are great. He's like, I don't know. There's other companies that I've come across that are great owners. And there are some companies I've run across that, they don't have the time of day for you. And I've never bashed them or anything like that, but you just keep mental notes, on some that you just realize, okay, all right, that's how they are. I mean, not everybody's going to be great people that's going to bend over backwards and talk to you and be your friend, so you just got to keep moving on. And exactly, just like Josh said, those people are just people who have nothing better to do than to be toxic. Yeah, exactly. And they troll, but there's no troll here, guys. I've never seen very many trolls ever in these chats, ever. It's people coming over supporting. And I love that about you guys. You guys are awesome people. You guys are what makes me do what I do. And you guys are what makes Jacob do what he does. I mean, if it was rough and people didn't care, you probably would struggle with what you're doing, right?
Yep.
So,
yeah, that's very true. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I sure as heck wouldn't have invested the time, money, and effort into this as I have. I mean, I had the very fortunate luck of getting a substantial check from the VA for a disability check that was allowed me to put the initial investment into the company.
That's awesome.
Including some credit card debt, but
sure.
A couple of hurricanes also forced that on us, but yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't care about it, And a lot of times when people start companies, it's because of necessity, and then they find something that works for them, and then they create something out of it, and that's just kind of probably not, Mom. I don't know if I'm going to do that. Either that, or I just send them some man cave.
Can we work on one together for my wife?
Yeah,
since she thinks the cologne I have smells like Vicks Vapor Rub.
Yeah, oh my gosh, that would be hilarious.
Don't get upset about that, by the way.
I'm not. No. It's to be expected. Everybody's different.
Is a very popular fragrance of Layton, and it is very nice. But to her, for some reason, I still scratch my head and don't understand it. To her nose, she's like, it smells like Vicks Vapor Rub. Really?
No, I'm not offended by any stretch. I am fully cognizant of the fact that everybody's got a different nose. I'm fully aware. Trust me. And then unfortunately for some women that deal with breast cancer and other cancers, it actually changes what they smell and how they smell things.
Yeah.
So it also can change how even deodorant interact after a major bout of cancer.
Sure.
So it's to be expected. It's to be expected.
Yeah. Now, if I would have said it, you'd been like, oh, really?
Well, if you had said it, I probably would have been pretty disappointed. But
really,
I had another gentleman who's reviewing the peach cobbler that everybody has loved, and he's like, I don't like it. I'm like, that's okay. You don't have to like it.
Yeah.
It's you know what, if you want to order anything else that you do like at a later time, I will absolutely send you something else. Just give that bottle away. No big deal.
Yeah. Well,
No big deal.
He could have said the fill-in beard's great, but I just don't care for the scent. But
Oh yeah, he loves the oil. He
Good.
loves the oil a lot. I just didn't like the smell.
I smell. I was reading Baker's comments at the same time. Man cave doesn't smell like that to me. I enjoyed it. Yeah. So I mean, like I said, what did I choose out of all the beard oils I could have used yesterday? I chose Man Cave. I wanted to go to bed with it last night, and I had a great night with it last night in bed. That doesn't sound right, but seriously, I slept good with it in my beard. I smelled it through the night.
Maybe that's why your wife doesn't like it. You're going to bed with Man Cave.
I'm having an affair with this Man Cave. I'm telling you, it's coming between her and I, the Man Cave. And the beard.
My gosh!
But I really like it. I think it's great, guys. I think that you're going to love it. I think you're going to enjoy every one of the scents that I've mentioned tonight. Now I can't tell you about the other ones. I've never tried them, but I can tell you this: the deodorant, I've got it on tonight. It's feeling good. Not smelling nothing. Just smelling some of that, tobacco oud in my beard tonight. Feeling pretty good. It's feeling very, very soft, by the way. Very soft. I don't know if you can see how soft it
looks soft.
Kind of see how soft it's just kind of, you know what I mean? It feels good. And a lot of oils.
Luxurious.
Well, a lot of oils, Jacob, will actually make my beard look transparent. And I hate it. Have you guys ever in the chat? Have you guys ever tried out beard oils from different companies that are just like makes your beard look flat and very transparent? I hate that. I mean, that's one of the number one things that I write down when I do a review. Dang, this is terrible. Where I don't even want to use it again, and so I know we get caught up in scents sometimes, but at the end of the day, it really matters what your beard looks like, because honestly, it doesn't matter how strong your scent is; it's eventually going to go away. I mean, it's not going to last. Some of them may last, all day long, but most scents aren't going to last all day. They're going to go away. And at the end of the day, you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to say, hey, my beard looks really, really good today. And then you're going to go back. And so there's nothing wrong with that at all. At all. And I'm super pumped. So Jeffrey's Juice wants to say, how do you come up with your foodie scents? And Jeffrey, I'm not a beard company, but I think it's important to embrace both types of feedback. If somebody can give you honest negative feedback, it is good for you. Absolutely. For sure.
Yeah. Oh, and I've had plenty of negative feedback over the last couple of years for sure, and I just embrace it and try to get better. As far as the foodie scents are concerned, we find a scented oil or something like that we like from really good companies. I don't buy stuff from not good companies.
Mm-hmm.
And, so we'll get one that's like frosted marshmallow, or get one that's like frosted sugar or some other type of scent, and we build it. But a lot of times the peach cobbler and the orange sherbet and pineapple upside down cake, we start with using the essential oils for that particular scent. So, we'll find a pineapple essential oil, or we'll find a peach essential oil, or we'll find like a peach to go on top of the peach cobbler from, a scented oil from another company. But we usually have as a base, the actual essential oil for that particular food, right? But like the mint chocolate chip is my favorite ice cream. I don't eat a lot of ice cream anymore because it's not good for you, so I just don't do that. But mint chocolate chip is my favorite ice cream. When I pull open the mint chocolate chip, it smells exactly like mint chocolate chip to me. Some people don't like it, and that's okay. Some people don't like it.
What about the Snickerdoodles?
Snickerdoodle smells exactly like a Snickerdoodle cookie.
I heard you say that the other day on
yeah. Yeah, it's a Snickerdoodle essential oil, or not essential, Snickerdoodle scented oil, and then we add a few other little bits and pieces in there, like a brown sugar or something like that, to kind of make it balance it.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
My passion as a whole is essential oils. If I could have just done essential oils, Kilt Beard Company, I love because they just use essential oils.
Really, I've got a few of their oils I still have to review.
Yeah, I have never. They've sent me a couple samples when I bought a shirt from them. Jesus has a beard.
I've got that same shirt.
Yeah. Jesus had a beard. But yeah, I really admire them for that. They stuck to their guns on that. I would love to have stayed just in the essential oil lane, but I had so many people asking me for stuff that was outside of essential oils that I just decided to add, other stuff.
Sure.
But yeah, like the mint chocolate chip, it's peppermint and chocolate essential oils.
Wow.
And I love it. I think it smells great. But everything has to work with the oil blend, because the oil blend by itself is very herbal.
Yeah.
It is
you got to work around
herbal. Yeah. So you have to work around that.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work, we don't release it.
Right.
So
do you when you use your carriers, you don't do refined, you do unrefined, right? For the natural, all heavy ingredient, or
I try to do unrefined as much as I can. The one problem with using everything as unrefined is because that avocado oil is so dark after it's infused. Yeah. If I use unrefined everything, this oil would be black.
Really?
Oh,
so then
man.
you can call it like the charcoal one, or the what is it? The one that Ricky has a flaming beard. It's he's got a special mix or whatever, and it's black.
Yeah, I think he's got. Pardon me. I think he's got activated carbon in it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That sounds about right.
So, like the pumpkin seed oil is unrefined. The hemp seed oil is unrefined. The black seed oil is unrefined. Some of the other oils are refined, like golden jojoba is what I typically use. But I have varied it up. I try to buy the best oil I can find.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes it's organic if I can afford it. Sometimes it's not.
Sure.
But I try to buy from good companies. I really try to stick with good companies that offer good oils.
Yeah.
So it's just, the reality of it is it's too expensive.
Yeah, it's very expensive. That stuff gets very, very expensive. It really does.
Yeah, and you brought up earlier, like, how much does it cost to build a bottle of oil? And if I were to go back and just in my head go, this one was 90 for a gallon, this was 100 for a gallon. I've got 14 different oils in this. I would say it probably cost me about $6.50, maybe $6 per oil. As in the bottle, with the bottle and all of it. It's about $6.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's not much.
Right. Well, yeah. I think it's amazing. I think you're doing a great job. I really do.
Yeah, and you would think too that the oil would be darker, but it's a nice light medium color. It's got a little bit of a green tinge to it, but it's very light. Yep. Chief is convinced he wants me to leave a whole bunch of stuff at the bottom of the bottles. I'll have to think about that.
Say that again.
Chief wants me to leave some of the herbs that when I filter everything out, when everything's done infusing, he was like, you should put some of the herbs at the bottom of the bottle.
If you do that, then you might have people that copy.
Maybe. I'm an open book, man.
To do that, I mean, it seems like there's a trend going on here. You have the, Gokin over there. He's infusing some coffee stuff, which I haven't tried his stuff yet. Gokin's an amazing guy, by the way.
Chad.
Yeah.
That coffee infused oil.
Yeah.
Is incredible.
Is it?
It's incredible.
Wow. I'm gonna have to try some. He's such a great dude. I mean, he's a great dude. Up to a long time.
Yeah, we've had We've had a few long phone conversations, him and I. So
he's probably helped you out too, huh? With figuring some stuff out. He seems
well,
like that guy that's helpful.
I think I've offered him more help than he's helped me, but
Okay.
just listening to him and listening about his passion about his kids help him has been very refreshing. Like it's actually refreshed me quite a bit to listen to his perspective and his story, and that way he's helped me a lot. But he's working on deodorant, and I've offered some help in that regard to him. But whatever he comes up with will be 100% his own. So, yeah. Oh yeah, there's so many good ones out there.
Yeah, absolutely. How much better is all organic just on quality?
I mean, organic is usually better because it has more bioavailability. You know that it's good source. It's not been raised with a whole bunch of garbage as it was being harvested or as it was growing. Organic typically means it's coming from the earth in a more natural way. But to be fair, some of these products, it just doesn't matter if they're organic or not. And from my perspective, it's going on your face and not in your body.
Mm-hmm.
Now I realize that there are some things you absolutely should have organic because if it's been raised around a lot of pesticides, if it goes on your skin or in your body, it's not good for you at all. And unfortunately, a lot of stuff out there is raised on pesticides. So like, if I know that is a heavily, if it's a heavy, if there's a heavy warning about how it's grown, like the Dirty Dozen or the Clean 15, there's lists out there about what oils are raised around a lot of pesticides. So you just got to be very careful. Yeah, glyphosate's a huge one. And that's why I don't put stuff that will go in your armpits that's nasty. I just won't do it. Glyphosate's terrible for you. Yeah, what would you say the viscosity is?
Me?
Yeah.
I would say kind of a light to medium. I'd say, you can see right here. Let's see here if I can get this in here. Kind of right there, little under medium viscosity. It's not real thick, but it's not real thin either. It's just kind of right there in the middle. I mean, it's definitely not thin for sure.
Yeah. And you're probably getting what you're experiencing with that is there's Nilotic Shea in there. I put about, for every gallon, I put in about 6 ounces of Nilotic Shea, and then it dissolves in the oil. So it's a very light shea butter. So it's almost, if I were to add like another 10 ounces, it'd almost be a liquid butter.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a little bit of a liquid butter thing going on with that oil, but it's so little, it's still stays in that medium to medium light viscosity.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think that's what you're also experiencing with your beard. If you get there's a little bit of body that you're getting, and it could be that shea that's doing that.
Absolutely.
So there's a noted difference with it and without it. To me, my beard has a little bit more depth to it with the oil that's got the Nilotica in it than the one that does not. So
interesting.
Yep. Yeah,
Wow.
and it's Nilotica is a very soft shea. It comes from a different part of Africa, and traditionally it is harvested by women in their and they control the industry.
Wow.
Rather than normal shea butter, which is typically almost slave labor. So Nilotica shea is traditionally those women that are in those villages run that industry.
Wow.
So it's a great shea to add to product. I wish I could put it in my deodorant, but it would just be so soft it would almost be unmanageable.
Yeah, it wouldn't stay formed.
Yeah.
There's a lot of companies out there that do have that. They've tried to dabble into the deodorants, and There's a lot of companies that I just have not had very good success. The latest one that I had, I have Bay Area Beard Co. I have their deodorant, but the latest one that I have is from Zeus, and I don't know if you guys have ever heard of Zeus, but
I've heard of it.
they've got some decent stuff. I mean, it's not like, I wouldn't even say it's really, you know, I don't know, small batch. I mean, they seem like they're pretty big on Amazon. So Dave and Kay may have heard of them. They're from California, actually. The brand, I'm pretty sure. But Zeus, they've got some deodorant, and it's a spray, and it's all natural spray. So I've been using that, but it doesn't work the best. But my gosh, it's been like $20 on Amazon for it. And that's, to me, that's pretty expensive for a spray deodorant. If you can pick one up a lot cheaper, that's probably even better than that.
Yeah.
And, but a lot of people are asking me all the time, what do you think about deodorant? What do you think about the deodorant? What do you think about deodorant? What's your favorite deodorant? What are you using on deodorant? I mean, it's crazy. So many bearded guys asking about deodorants all the time. I mean, and I think there's people are starting to finally figure out that the deodorants that we've used growing up all of our life that we didn't even know is terribly trash for your body, you know. And I think it's great that there's like an awareness going around where people are getting on board saying, okay, I need to go all natural. And I think that we should probably put these companies out of business that are trying to just take the cheap cut corners and put in junk and fillers 100%. In it, you know, plastic.
Listen, my wife will be 40 this year. She had a lump removed when she was 19.
Wow.
Which was, a year after we met. So it has been absolutely on the forefront of our minds for that long.
Mm-hmm.
So I wish I had made it sooner, but a lot of the stuff that we have used has been the higher end, all natural stuff without the parabens, which are just basically microplastics.
Sure.
The aluminum, which, gets into your bloodstream and can actually cross the blood-brain barrier if you have any other issues going on. Phthalate, which I forgot what the exact terminology of a phthalate was, but has something to do, I believe it has something to do with odor transportation. I don't remember. But, it's also not good for you. So for me, spending $9 or $10 on an all natural deodorant a few years ago, those are about $6 or $7 now, but they got bought out by bigger companies and they're not as good, or they added crap to it where they didn't have crap in them before.
Right.
And I'm not willing to give them my money, so I'm just not going to do that. And I don't have a way to trust them either, because there are companies who've gotten in trouble for hiding stuff.
Yep. You just don't know what to believe out there anymore. That's why it's so much better just to go small batch, because most small batch people they're going to tell you what their ingredients are. They're going to post it, and I just looked up that what do you say? Phtalates, or how do you say that?
Phthalates. PTHA.
Phthalates, right? That's what I've always said.
Yeah. Are a group of chemicals also referred to as plasticizers. Used to make plastics more flexible and durable. They are commonly found in consumer products, cosmetics, personal care items, food packaging, and toys. Yep. Sorry, I had it wrong. But they're basically plasticizers too.
I see it right here where it says pronounced phthalates, but these chemicals, which are linked to endocrine disruption, which is crazy. I mean, I go to an endocrinologist, for my diabetes, but developmental and reproductive toxicity, cancer have been banned from cosmetics in the European Union, but still remain prevalent in the United States of great America. All great, fantastic crap that we have in America. I mean, geez, can they not shut that down like the European Union? I mean, if this is America, guys, we need to take care of our people.
Yeah.
Kind of get on a soapbox on that, because it's just irritating.
It's okay.
How America doesn't seem to give a freaking crud about people. They just want the money,
Yeah.
It's the almighty dollar.
Yeah, and it's true. I mean, I sell my deodorant wholesale at the grocery store near me as well. and that's my number one seller along with the South. And I think a reason why people want it is because it's all natural. The price point's reasonable.
Yeah,
and it works.
very reasonable. I mean, $10 a deodorant. That's like, man, that's really dirt cheap, man. I mean, honestly, you
and
probably
obviously shipping gets put on top of that too, right? So, if someone likes it the first time, hopefully they're going to order more than one.
Yeah, exactly.
So the shipping makes sense at that point, right?
Yeah.
But would I love to be an all inclusive, one-stop shop for people that need some skincare stuff, some beard care stuff. I'm planning on making oils and butters that are more feminine scented. I do have plans to expand that.
Yeah.
My oil is great for cuticle oil. I mean, it's incredible for that.
Yeah.
So, it's just a matter of kind of rethinking how we do things. I would much rather sell someone a butter and use that as opposed to a lotion that's probably got 80 chemicals in it that you don't know how to pronounce.
Yeah. And well, not only that, but lotion, it just kind of coats the top of your skin. It doesn't really absorb. You know what I mean? Butter absorbs. So that's the difference. So it was this community that informed me that deodorant I was using was causing my excessive need for it. I quit using it a few weeks ago after some adjustments. I almost don't need it anymore. That's awesome.
That's awesome. That's
cool. Awesome, Kay. By the way, Kay, thanks for being a member of my channel. I really appreciate you. I had some people in here that are supporters, and I just, man, it means a lot that people, and she said earlier, we care about what you think. That's why we're here. Really means a lot when people feel that way. I mean, when you hear so much negativity all the time, it's always sometimes nice to hear some refreshing comments, right? So Sneezy Height Chew says, so I tried the Copper John deodorant with sodium bicarbonate in it. Yeah, I had a reaction. I had to stay away from ones with that in there. Should I take a chance on your deodorant? I'm gonna just can I answer this because it seems like it'd be a little biased if you say yes. Yes, dude, for sure. I definitely would. It went on smooth, it went on clean, and you can kind of tell them about the ingredients because I didn't really buy that. But just telling you as a guy that put it on my pits, it was fantastic. I mean, it went on smooth. I wouldn't say that, it was unscented,
but. Which one did you try? I would never dog another company, so I'm not going to do that at all. But which one did you try?
He said Copper John's.
Right. But which one? Which scent profile did you try? Sneezy. Because if you tried the unscented one, okay, yeah, ours is pretty close. The Z Maize cornstarch, that could have been something. I mean, it could have been a couple of them. They have one that's got their fine deodorant, fragrance free. Yeah. It's interesting. I can make deodorant pretty easily, and I can include or exclude ingredients. I can exclude sodium bicarbonate and add zinc oxide to it. So that is definitely something I could do. Or I could send you one with one and one with the other, and you can figure out what does or doesn't work for you. It's no skin off my back. You would just have to know it would be for a test. So if you buy one, I'll send you both versions and we can try it. You would just need to reach out to me and let me know and we'll work it out. No big deal. I have lots of those ingredients. I bought all that stuff in bulk. I bought like 150 pounds of zinc oxide and 150 pounds of arrowroot powder. So I went all in on that. I thought you were frozen for a minute, Chad. You were so stoic for a minute.
So I'm just like reading. I was reading the screen of the deodorant. It was Copper Johns. I was reading what Sneezy was saying at the same time. And
They got good ingredients. I'm impressed. I use the 92-degree coconut oil in mine because it has a higher melt point than traditional coconut oil. But yeah, they have essential oil in theirs. Oh, I don't go that heavy on the arrowroot powder. It's the biggest the ingredients in there that are the most are the coconut oil and the shea butter. They say that they have, it's weird. They say they have a pinch of tea tree oil in it, the Copper Johns. I myself had a reaction to tea tree oil in a natural deodorant on my armpits. So that may be what's doing it. I don't think tea tree is that gentle on the armpits personally. Again, I'm sure they make an awesome deodorant. I'm sure it's fantastic. So I don't know. It says it's fragrance free, but then they say it has tea tree oil in it. So I don't understand that. But
I'm scratching my head. I'm scratching my my head here, wondering the same thing. How in the world does it have fragrance free, but it's tea tree? I mean,
yeah,
pretty invigorating, actually.
It sounds to me like it probably works great. So
yeah, I've heard good stuff about it though. I think that if you guys know Dancy Bearded, I think that's one of his favorite and his wife's favorite deodorants.
Yeah,
they talk about.
No, I've heard good. I've heard good things about things that they make. So it might just be something in it that is doing it. But I can make something without it if you want to try it. Yeah, tea tree is antimicrobial for sure. What else was in there? Okay, so yeah. Oh, okay. Well, come to think of it, yeah, I guess arrowroot powder is natural antiperspirant. But look, I sweat when I wear my own deodorant, so it must not be working that great for that purpose. Arrowroot powder is also antimicrobial as well, so that's why I included it. I didn't include it for any antiperspirant properties. So I sweat if I go outside and in this Florida heat, which is starting to become miserable already, and we're not even into May yet. So arrowroot powder has anti-inflammatory properties, and it's antibacterial and antifungal as well. So see you later, Antonio.
Yeah, see you, brother. Appreciate you stopping by, bud.
So
cool, man. Well, guys, I think I'm getting tired. I'm about ready to get here. I'm like sitting here, like staring off in space, and you're thinking I'm freezing up again. But it's been a long day for me. It's been a long day, long last 4 hours, really. But I just wanted to showcase Bain Blends on here tonight and express to you guys how much I appreciate this company. It's a young company. But I think that you're doing an amazing job, Jacob. I think that you got a lot of stuff going for you, and I'm excited to see where you go, man. I'm excited to see kind of where this is going to take you. So, I mean, I haven't had any problems with your oils, and I can't say that enough. I know I've said it. I feel like a repeated broken record, but I'm going to continue to use this. I'm going to keep these still in my shelf in my bathroom because that's where I use most of them. But yeah, I think the labels look great. I like the new labels. I think that the logo looks really cool. I really do like that. I'm kind of excited to see the clothing that you get from Dan. because what would be really cool is if you can come up with some type of a black shirt with that, like on the left side of your chest, like a little bitty logo to the left of your chest, or maybe that on the back, a bigger one in the back, and maybe like some type of little moniker on the top. Like, you got one already, don't you? Yeah, I figured. Only cool, smart people can think of something like that, right?
Well,
sounds like Dan probably got you hooked up on that. He's really,
we've been.
Drew put up a mock. That's sweet, dude. Listen, I don't know about you guys, but I love the color blue, but I'm a sucker for black and white. I love white on black. It just looks clean. I like black on white, but I just don't think I look that good in white. I love the color of white on people, but I think I look stupid in white,
I look extra fluffy.
That's how I felt. I didn't want to say it. It was the elephant in the room. I just feel like a fat guy in white.
I'll just say it.
I put on a few pounds. I'm not gonna lie. That Jesus had a beard shirt. When you said that, I thought, yeah, I like that shirt, but my gosh, I can't even fit it anymore. I gained like 20, 30 pounds in the last, 4 months, and I'm like, good grief. But I'm slowly losing it back. So,
well, I've lost 50 since last May. So
50, get out of here.
I actually had a real bad. I had real bad sleep apnea for a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time I finally started doing something about it, I was closer to 370.
No kidding.
Yeah. And I started using a machine, and then I had all this, my body had, because I was screwing up my heart. I had a lot of fluid buildup in my chest, and I ended up in the hospital. So I actually had a real bad blood pressure attack today. It's the first one in a really long time. I almost went to the hospital today.
Wow. That's crazy.
So, I've lost over 50 pounds. I have a lot more to lose. I still have way over 100 pounds to lose, but.
You've been under a lot of stress lately too. So I did see Kay said, I love black. Unfortunately, so does my white dog's hair. So funny. I got a German Shepherd. She's black and she's a long hair. And I'll tell you, I love my dog so much. I can't do anything when I get dog hair all over the place. And it sucks. It really sucks when I'm going to church. I have slacks that are nice and clean, and I lint roll everything these days. Lint roll all the time. We've got like a big extra stock of lint rollers because our dog. But I wanted to say that and say, Jacob's been going through a little time lately with his dog, right? Is that your dog?
Yeah, Ronan.
So how is your dog? Because recently, last week we talked, and you were scared to death that they may be putting her down. Can you kind of tell us what the story is now?
Yeah, his name is Ronan, and he is 100% pure-blooded Australian Shepherd. And he, a week before we got him, he had the microchip put in, and it caused this bubble on his neck. So we, put the down payment on him, and then went to go pick him up 2.5 hours away from our house. And we get up there and we find out he's got this bubble on his neck. And by then it was just too late to say what the heck is happening. So she gave us the vet report, and, we decided that we were going to still take him. Because at that point, the kids were excited and I was excited. I've waited over 30 years to get an Australian Shepherd. And, over the last, we got him in August of last year. So over the last 7 months, that bubble on his neck has been kind of going down. And it was roughly the size of a baseball, but it was soft.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we started doing training on him a couple weeks, about 6-7 weeks ago. And we bought one of those collars that have the prongs that they're turned in so they don't go directly into the skin.
Yeah. I've seen those.
Yeah, they're just uncomfortable.
We've had some of those. They're not spike collars, but the prongs.
Yeah.
Enough to train them. Yeah.
Yeah, it's uncomfortable, but it's not painful.
Right.
So what we think happened was one of those prongs probably poked the bubble inside of his neck. And it went from like the size of my hand where it was pliable. We have a spaghetti squash in the kitchen that's 6.5 inches long. It was that size on his shoulder.
Oh my gosh.
And on Tuesday last week, he went from being pretty normal to, we saw it was growing. I was going to go see the same vet that treated him back when he was a puppy up north in North Florida. And I didn't even make it that far. He started acting weird and uncomfortable and not himself by Tuesday morning, a couple hours after he got up and went outside. And like, we were thinking we were going to have to put him down that night. But he got in front of the right vet on Thursday. He's on steroids. He's on antibiotics. We're hoping that he's turned the page, but it's still probably going to end up being a couple thousands of dollars for surgery. So buy those oils now if you can.
So that's crazy. So I kind of have a story too where my dog, German Shepherd, at like 1 year old, she'd been like, circling around, chasing her tail like what do they call it? Like a cork tail on some of these bulldogs or pit bulls, that they have the short tails, Well, she was born with a weird looking tail, kind of like stubby. We bought 2 German Shepherds. One was like they call it, I want to say tan and brown. I don't know if it's, it was like tan and brown, and amazing dog. They were expensive dogs. I think we spent like $1,500 a piece for these dogs. I mean, ridiculous price for 100% AK, what is it, APKC, purebred, registered. Right. And we ended up having to give the other one away because what had happened was this one that we ended up keeping, and we were going to give her away and keep the other one. We decided to keep her, and I'm glad we did. She ended up having like some kind of problems going on in her tail. She had like these like an infused tail with it. She had all these nerve endings going on, and it was a terrible deal. And she just dogs and their tails, it's like their glory. They love tails. That's who they are. And I felt so bad because our dog, we ended up having to get that dog the tail. I'm sorry, I don't know why I shared that. I pushed the button, guys. That is dumb. I was trying to ask for a discount for 10. I think my thumb hit the share referral. I promise I did not mean to push that.
It's okay, man. No worries.
So I've got a free deal on a StreamYard, so I'm definitely surely not trying to share it too. But they ended up having to amputate her tail, and it was like $4,000, and it's they ended up like coming down because we're like, dude, we can't pay $4,000 for this dog's tail as much as we want to. And they're like, well, we'll give you a grant. And they ended up like giving us like all this money off, and we ended up coming up with $2,000. And so when she had that tail cut off, she just was in a lot of pain, and it seemed like it's weird because every time her sister, the other dog we bought, would walk by, she would just start barking and getting mad, almost like a jealousy deal. I don't know what the deal was, but they started going at each other's necks and stuff. And we ended up having to give one of them away, and we kept her, and she is the best dog we've ever had. A very loving dog. People say when we take her for a walk, what's wrong with her tail? And so she's, so she really bonds a lot with my wife. My wife had breast cancer. She had to have a double mastectomy. So, I mean, they got a lot in common. And, but man, I'll tell you what, I just, when I heard the other day about your dog, I just kind of really felt for you because, a lot of people that don't have pets just don't understand how sometimes they're like another kid of yours, at least for me. I've got 3 kids, but she's like a kid, and she comes in my studio all the time, lays beside me in the studio while I'm at my desk, and just amazing. She jumps up every time I walk in the door trying to give me a kiss. And so very intelligent dogs. Those Shepherds are very sharp dogs. And I'm sure I'm an Australian Shepherd.
Oh my gosh. If dogs could be math wizards, he would be that. He's very smart, but he's still a puppy, so he's very stubborn.
Sure.
Yeah, his birthday's not till May 27th. So
Nice.
pain in my neck, but I love him. And I was, yeah, I think you understand how I would have, how I was feeling.
Absolutely. No doubt about it, for sure. Let me
Yeah.
see something. I'm not trying to show my jeans again. I got
That's
my
okay.
here, but I minimized the deal. I want to show you guys something.
We've all been traumatized, Chad. It's fine.
I know. Everybody left. I wanted to show you guys something that I thought was kind of cool. Let's see here. I'm going to try. I'm looking at the screen, so I'm trying to share a video or picture with you guys that I thought was really, really cool. And I thought, well, this is really fitting considering considering we're talking about dogs here. Okay. Look at this. Tell me this is not stinking fun. I did not mean to do that. Tell me this is not the funnest thing right here. This. Ready? Check this out. Do you guys see it? That guy's got
I see it.
Great looking beard, don't he?
Yeah, or a terrible looking beard. It's one of the two.
But he's got a terrible looking nose, terrible looking beard. Like I was looking at his nose, I thought, dude, what's wrong with his nose? It's like really like messed up and deformed. And I look at it and I go, my wife had sent me that and she was laughing. I'm not on Facebook. She is though, and I thought
that's hilarious.
Whoa, how did they match his face? Like, how did they match the color with? I mean, that's just crazy. So I seen that. I thought that was hilarious. I wanted to share that with you guys.
That's hilarious.
So take that off here. Anyway,
my beard's turning gray and Ronan's gray in his neck. That could potentially happen.
Yeah, that's funny. Yeah, well, you're in all of our prayers. Kay said it too. You're getting our prayers about your dog, and just it's tough. It's a tough pill to swallow because man, those vet bills, they will rake you over the coals, man. It's outrageous,
Yeah, it really is. It really, really is. Thank you, Preston. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's not fun for sure, but God willing, he'll get better, and hopefully there'll be there's an organization that may be able to give us some money towards the surgery if that's what it ultimately ends up being, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm not holding my breath.
Listen, dude, that's the same thing that happened to me. They had some type of a grant or something, some charity or something. They had extra funds and they had to apply for it. And they took like $2,000 or $3,000 off, but still $2,000, quite a bit of money. I mean, quite a bit of money just to come up with just to get your dog's tail cut off or, so, but we're definitely going to be thinking and praying about you, man, and your family, and know that we're here to support you. We appreciate you. And I think that might be a great time to kind of cut it short, or I don't want to say cut it short. We've been on here a long time to cut it, to end this stream. Cause I know you're getting tired. I know your kids are probably getting tired standing around watching you thinking, Dad, when are you going to get off? Cause they do that to me.
Oh, they're in bed. They got school.
Okay. My kids homeschool, so we make sure they get their work done every single day, but sometimes it's 9, sometimes it's 8, but we always make sure they get it done. So we appreciate you, brother. Let me know if there's anything I can do for you. But guys, listen, I'm telling you, you need to go support this brother, support this guy, try his stuff out. Going back to Sneezy, definitely check out his deodorant. I think he did the same thing for me. He's I don't know what's going to work for my wife. She's tried so many. So he sent me a couple of unscented, and he sent me a lavender and a lemongrass. So we're going to test them out. We're going to see what happens and which one works well for her. But I'm pretty optimistic that we're going to find something. We're not going to stop. We're going to keep looking, but we will find something eventually because there's no other option. I mean, you're just going to go back to, because she had mentioned, well, I think I'm just going to go back to just taking the original, what I've always done, because I always stink, I'm like, dude, do you really want to do that? You don't want to do that. You just had cancer and all that. You don't want to do that. So we're going to keep pushing on and keep trying to find the best thing that works for her. So I really appreciate every one of you guys for sticking with us tonight in this stream, man. Jacob, it's been a long night, man. And these
has been
awesome people. all the way from Sneezy, Josh, Kay, Frankie J in the background. Didn't even know you were still here, bro. Bearded Boston, which is Preston. All of you guys and all the other ones I didn't mention. You guys are awesome. Awesome.
Yeah.
So, appreciate you all.
Grateful for all you guys being here and joining us in our conversation. So,
all right, guys. Well, we'll let you go. Have a great night. Thanks for coming by, Juice. And guys, stay tuned for the next one next Tuesday. I'm just kind of letting you guys know I do have 5 burrow groomings. Let me say that again. Coming on next Tuesday. And the next Tuesday, Jacob, I have a special thing happening on my show. I've got Bearded Death coming back. I've got Dan coming on my stream. And we are releasing, and I'm not going to be able to share very much information, but we are sharing and releasing a collab together that is going to, I think, and I'm not trying to be biased, but I think there's going to be a lot of people that's going to like it. I really do. We put our heads together on this one. So we're going to be sharing that in a couple of weeks. So make sure you guys stay tuned and come check it out, Jacob, if you get time. I know you're a busy dude. You got kids, but we'll be doing some giveaways of that collab that night, and you all can check it out yourself. So
looking forward to smelling the Vicks Vapor Rub myself.
Huh? What's that?
It's Vicks Vapor Rub, right?
Yes.
The collab?
Yeah. Oh, no.
Because he's a big muscle guy. Like he needs Vicks Vapor Rub, right?
Oh,
to help his muscle.
I didn't understand what you're saying, dude. I'm like I'm half dead here. No, Vicks Vapor. That's funny. That's funny. No, actually, he sent me a video of all the oils that he made. Every one of them. Like it was, and I said, "Can I post that?" And he's like, "Yeah." Well, I usually post like a day or two before. I'm like, "Oh, no problem. No worries at all." I thought maybe he posted to his Instagram or something, but very, very cool. He's got like several oils that he's already made up, ready to go the night of our stream, and it's going to be a good one. I've already had one of them, and I told him, I said, "Dude, this stuff is fire. I've already used every bit of it," and he literally just shipped me like 6 bottles of it.
Oh, nice.
And so that just kind of shows you how much I love that scent and that oil. So can't
That's
really
awesome.
I might slip it. I'm so tired right now. I might slip it out, and Dan will be like, "Dude, what you doing?"
Don't do that.
Anyway, I'm gonna let y'all. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna let you guys go, guys. God bless you all. Thank you so much for staying around on the Style and Dial show so late, and we'll catch you next time. Make sure you go over to bainblends.com and try out his stuff. Fantastic, incredible. You'll come back and thank me later in the comments. All right. Have a great night. We'll see you, Jacob. Appreciate your time.
Bye, guys. Thanks for having me. Bye-bye.
Anytime.